So we've been hearing for a while that the Hulk is going to be getting his own solo movie. This movie is most likely going to be a World War Hulk movie. And we have some really good news for Hulk fans. I'm not talking Professor Hulk fans. I'm talking true, savage, can't control his anger, rageful, radioactive Hulk. Because we are going to be getting that Hulk back in the MCU, and pretty soon, the Hulk is going to once again become one of the main leading characters of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Marvel Studios has been making a ton of changes recently, and you've probably heard about a decent amount of these changes that are coming to the MCU or are happening right now. The Daredevil series was not canceled. Just want to clarify that once again, because there seems to be some confusion out there and some people seem to think that Daredevil Born Again, the entire series, has been canceled. It has not been canceled. They are simply, in a way, kind of starting over. They're going to rewrite the series, basically. Vincent D'Onofrio says that he's not concerned and that it should be better. The Hollywood Reporter also adds that Marvel does plan to keep some of the scenes and episodes in Daredevil Born Again, since there were 18 episodes, but they do have new writers and new executive producers now. And one of the big changes that Marvel has made is they are actually dividing these 18 episodes into 2 different seasons, but still going to be one season. According to the insider Can We Get Some Toast, they're going to have a season 1A and then 9 to 12 months later release the other 9 episodes as a season 1B. So just one example of the big changes that Marvel Studios is making. And again, one of the bigger changes has to do with the Hulk. Unfortunately, due to the rights issues that Marvel Studios had with Universal, they could never make a solo Hulk film. And a new book was recently released called MCU, The Reign of Marvel Studios. And this book talks about all of the inside information of Marvel Studios. It gives us a lot of juicy details of what happened internally throughout a lot of the Infinity Saga and basically what has happened up until now. The authors of this book interviewed over 100 different people who worked with or around Marvel Studios to learn all of these details. And what we've learned is that moving forward in the MCU, Kevin Feige knew they had to put the focus on some main heroes. Tom Holland's Spider-Man was one of those heroes. Brie Larson's Captain Marvel was one of those heroes, and Chadwick Boseman's T'Challa, Black Panther, was one of those heroes. Now, unfortunately, of course, Chadwick Boseman passed away. So Black Panther could not be one of the main prominent characters of the MCU. And unfortunately, even though they wanted to, neither could the Hulk. The Hulk, because of the rights issues, could not be one of the main characters and focuses of the MCU moving forward, because they couldn't ever do a solo Hulk project, whether that be a movie or a Disney Plus show. That's why Thor Ragnarok was essentially a Thor and a Hulk film, because he could not have his own Hulk film. That's also why we saw him in She-Hulk, but clearly Marvel Studios does have a story plan for him, since he went back to Sakaar and came back with his son, Scar. And this all is leading to a setup for his own solo movie, and now, thankfully, Marvel Studios does have the rights for the Hulk back, so now they can do whatever they want, and we know a little bit about what they are planning. One is hopefully he does become a pretty big character in the MCU now. He is one of the OG Avengers, and Kevin Feige, the president of Marvel Studios, knows that fans are waiting for him to Hulk out again. And here's what is being said recently from some insiders about the future of the Hulk. Joanna Robinson, who is one of the writers of MCU, The Reign of Marvel Studios, said this: Marvel had a plan. They're like, we know we're losing our varsity players. We know they're leaving. So they're seeding in Paul Rudd and Benedict Cumberbatch. They put Chadwick Boseman in a really prominent, important place. They put Brie Larson in. So this is talking about what I just mentioned. Marvel Studios was setting up other prominent characters in the MCU to play really important roles, because they were losing Iron Man, Captain America, Black Widow, big hitters basically. But the Hulk was not mentioned due to the rights. However, insider Can We Get Some Toast recently came out in response to this and tweeted this: Mark Ruffalo's Bruce Banner / Hulk is a bit of a different story. Kevin Feige is conscious of how the rights situation with Hulk always kept him as more of a supporting character rather than one of the mains. With everything Marvel has set up in She-Hulk and Captain America Brave New World, there's definitely a plan in place for more Hulk in the MCU's future. So Marvel Studios got the rights back to the Hulk and basically said he's got to be a big hitter too. He's got to play a prominent role in the MCU, because we know fans love him. And as far as Savage Hulk coming back, this is what Can We Get Some Toast said not too long ago. Savage Hulk's rage has been festering. What happens when Smart Hulk loses himself to his rage? So basically, Hulk is going to Hulk out again and could possibly Hulk out bigger than we've ever seen before, because we know that Savage Hulk has been inside of Professor Hulk for years now. We know that he's been, let's just say, suppressed throughout the entirety of the events of Avengers Endgame. Maybe not through the entirety 5-year jump to the future gap that we had in Avengers Endgame, but at some point in time in that gap, Bruce Banner created a way to make Professor Hulk. And of course, we saw him in She-Hulk, and he was Professor Hulk the entire time. So he's been Professor Hulk for years now. So that means the Hulk has been sitting inside, getting angrier and angrier that he couldn't be let out. Yes, in Avengers Infinity War, he didn't want to come out to save the day, but that was his own choice. Professor Hulk was Banner's choice, and the real Hulk didn't really have a say in that. So that was kind of against his will, which of course would make him angry. Now, we've been told that we are going to be getting a World War Hulk movie, which you automatically would assume we're going to get a crazy, rageful, and insanely powerful Hulk. Well, according to the insiders, this is still the plan for the Hulk to get his own solo movie. In response to Can We Get Some Toast stating that Marvel does have plans for Bruce Banner's Hulk, insider My Time to Shine Hello said this: "We are getting a solo Hulk movie, and Hulk will be in Kang Dynasty." Now, we kind of know what the Hulk movie is somewhat going to be about, because like Can We Get Some Toast said, Captain America 4 Brave New World is going to involve the super soldier serum greatly. In fact, it sounds like, based off of what we've heard, this is going to be such a problem to some of the Avengers that a mini Avengers team is going to go up against Thunderbolt Ross. And it sounds like Hulk is going to be one of those people. Now, as far as what World War Hulk is going to be about, once Captain America 4 comes, we know that we'll essentially have 4 Hulks in the MCU. We'll have She-Hulk, Red Hulk, Hulk's son, Scar, and of course, the Hulk himself, plus not to mention any other Hulks that might come out of Captain America 4. And unfortunately, when they say a World War Hulk movie, I don't think they mean the World War Hulk comic storyline. I think they mean that there's going to be a war on Earth with a lot of Hulks in it. And I think it's essentially going to be kind of our Bruce Banner Hulk leading a good team of Hulks against a bad team of Hulks that were created by the super soldier serum. That's kind of what we've heard before, but we do know that Marvel Studios has been making a lot of changes recently, and a lot of those changes have actually been with writing and scripts. So the Hulk movie could be completely different, because I know a lot of people really do want an uncontrollable Savage Hulk, which is essentially what we got in the World War Hulk storyline, where the Hulk went on to basically make the Avengers and the Fantastic Four his slaves, and he made them all fight in a coliseum against each other. He ruled over them because he thought that they were responsible for the death of his wife and his unborn son. So he got so rageful that he almost broke the earth. He even ended up defeating Sentry. And at the end of it all, he let Tony Stark use a device on him to turn him back into Bruce Banner. There's a lot of components of that can't happen in the MCU right now, like we don't have the Fantastic Four yet, or a main universe Illuminati, but there's a lot of really cool components that Marvel Studios could include from the comics in a World War Hulk movie if they truly plan for him to go full Savage Hulk, which, according to these insiders, that is what's going to happen. So we are getting a full Savage Hulk once again, and we're going to need him for Kang Dynasty. These Kang variants are going to be no joke. The Council of Kangs is going to be no joke, and we know that they're essentially going to win. So Savage Hulk, even though we are very excited for him, probably isn't going to be enough. But nonetheless, we will be super excited to see the Hulk's new story in the MCU. We'll be excited to see him become a new prominent character, and be excited to see Savage Hulk come out once again. But let us know what you are most excited for in the comments down below, and what would you like to see from a solo Hulk movie. Let us know your thoughts in the comments down below. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe, and if you subscribe and leave a comment, you're automatically entered in our giveaway for a chance to win an Xbox Series X, a PS5, some Marvel Legends items, or some DC items. The winner gets to pick one item, and we pick a winner at the end of each month. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Twitter as well, and as always, thank you all so much for watching. Woof woof.